This is Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting. Guys, one thing which we have to learn is in our life is how to handle the media. And this video which I'm shooting is how to handle the media. I started my treasury career in 2007. And like I told you that I'm an avid reader who is reading books, magazines, newspapers, devoting my considerable time on the internet, YouTube videos and all. In 2008, it was a wake-up call because in 2007 when I joined, I used to believe that the bankers, they are aliens. Aliens means they are holding a huge knowledge base. And I used to respect them a lot. But around 1 year from my joining, I've been through 2008 financial crisis. When I saw Lehman Brothers, Morgan Stanley, Citibank, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, almost everybody collapsed. I still remember how come Citibank share price reached at $1 and how Federal Reserve at that given point of time pumped billions of dollars into the system, rather trillions of dollars into the system, and they not been able to save the system. They not fixed it. And today, it's almost the same story. Almost the same story. But I remember in 2007, every American banking institution, the media, the credit rating agencies, they used to believe that there is nothing wrong in the system. Everything is good and everything is standing tall and everything is resilient. Today, how resilient, we are aware about that. In the last 6 months, I've been through many articles, many interviews of so-called credit rating agencies in the public. Many documents of these credit rating agencies in the public. Many banks collapsed in the last 2 to 3 weeks. And if you are thinking that this is the end of show, then you need to understand this is the beginning of the show. In this week, which is just past, Federal Reserve hiked by 50 basis points. European Central Bank replicated by 50 basis points, while Bank of England replicated by 25 basis points. Which means out of top 5 central banks of the globe, one is the Federal Reserve, hiked by 50 basis points. European Central Bank hiked by approximately 50 basis points. Bank of England hiked by 25 basis points. Bank of Japan is intact, while the People Bank of China has cut the rate, which according to me is a brilliant step. But one important question is there even today. When I look at Bloomberg, I've been through many public figures and they are still repeating the same song that the banking system is resilient. Rather today, I've been through the interview of one so-called economist of a so-called bank, and he told that the current banking crisis has nothing to do with the great financial crisis of 2008. And that is really a surprising for me that more than 4 banks collapsed in the last 2 weeks. Millions of job cuts has had happened, and still people are doing the same. The worry which I am holding right now is that millions of investors across the globe are copying these statements and making sure that everything is going good in the system. But the hard reality is that nothing is going good in the system. The media is trying to make a position that there should not be panic in the market, but the hard reality is that whether it is crypto, whether it is finance, whether this is real estate, whether this is startup, or whether this is central banks, the debt is simply ballooning up. And the way central banks are hiking the interest rate, this ballooning up impact would burst very, very soon. If you please have some time, then go to Google and check yourself that the total debt in the books, basically the global debt as we speak, is approximately $300 trillion. You heard me very right. $300 trillion. Just take a calculator and try and see that the impact of 300 trillion on just 1 basis point. And the earth below your feet would go away once you get the value of that. And guys, central banks are increasing the interest rate like I have no example in this regard. I'm not sure till what extent the media would continue to present this picture. This is definitely the role of media, not my role. But having said that, one thing is very clear, at least to me, which is that depression is here. We are currently facing the depression. And I'm seriously concerned that I would be making my portfolio a depression-proof portfolio. Let the people, let the economists, let the bank came in public domain and give gyan that there is nothing wrong in the system because SVB Bank, the Challenger Bank and other banks, those who collapsed, no one is going to be helping the depositors. People are only coming on the social media and giving the gyan. But I am telling you one thing, as we speak, the Federal Reserve interest rate is approximately 5%, approximately 5%. And God forbid, if Federal Reserve would be hiking another 100 basis point from here, probably in 2 tranches, 50 basis, probably in 4 tranches, 25 basis each, it would have severe repercussion in the financial market. 100 basis point hike from here and it would have severe repercussion in the financial market. God forbid if this would happen, we may see something which is beyond imagination in nature. In all probabilities, effective 2008, rather before 2008, I haven't seen US and Federal Reserve taking a correct decision in the financial market. But still, my fingers are crossed, but one thing I'm sure is that the depression is slowly and shaping up. Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, now Accenture, and you name, everyone has started cutting the jobs. But the beauty is the media is trying very hard to make sure that the gravity of the issue should not come on the ground. And I don't know what is the technical reason behind that and why media is trying to play this role. But I am very careful. And I'm also careful that if depression would take an ugly turn from here, and to me, the probability is very high, I'm ready to take everything. This is Rahul Magan from Treasury Consulting Group.